Hello, everybody. Uh, as you can see, Chris is joining us from on location, and he's having to quell some of his concerns with some some liquid courage, you might say. Uh, so we decided we had to come on to talk about some recent Topps Fanatics announcements. So, Chris, take it away.
I tell you, Jeff, if this isn't the biggest bag over the head, punch in the gut, god damn it. If anyone's looking for a last minute Christmas gift for me, I would like Michael Rubin, like brought here from his fancy house and wherever the hell he lives. I like to tell him. Unfortunately, I don't know the entire rant from Christmas Vacation, Jeff. I wish I could. I wish I could just spout it out, but I don't know it by heart. But I'm sure I will by the end of the weekend.
Yes, yes, and you'll have a new enjoyment of it. Hey, what's up, Shelly? Thanks for joining us for this impromptu little live session where Chris gets to vent all the way from Alaska around the world about Topps, Fanatics, and Michael Rubin's decision on what to do with Topps Flagship.
Yeah, do you want to just fill everyone in, Jeff, real quick while I?
All right. Well, yesterday the announcement was made regarding 2024 Topps Flagship, and they didn't show any pictures of the cards, but they revealed what some changes to the set would be. And if anybody has watched us, you know that Chris and I are both huge fans of super short prints, photo variations. And we already had a little trepidation, more than a little, last year when they decided to make all cards have an SSP, the gold mirror. What is it called? Gold.
Yeah, the golden mirror.
Golden mirror SSP. Okay.
Yeah.
So they decided they're no longer doing that, but instead, every card is still getting an SSP, but it's not a photo variation. They're not even changing the picture at all. They're just going to take the text and design off the front, so it's just a photo. Which sounds like that could be an interesting insert set. Okay.
Yeah, but in a vacuum, I think that's a cool idea. Yes. I would like to see those, but unfortunately, we're not in a vacuum.
No.
And we're getting those cards instead of something that collectors absolutely love. They're taking away the thing that real like hardcore collectors, people like you and I, one of our absolute favorite things. It's nuts. And you're right, we should have seen it coming last year with the golden mirrors, because they were obviously trying to do something. And yeah, so I was thinking about this. I feel like there's two reasons why they're doing this.
Okay.
Both just infuriate me more and more.
Okay.
The first one is obvious. Like, it's cheaper and it's easier. They don't have to pay for a second picture. They don't have to redesign two cards. They don't have to set everything up. They don't have to print, two different images. All they have to do is one image with one design, change the colors, throw some foil, take the background on and off. It's much easier, and it's going to be cheaper. And easier and cheaper is most corporations' like goal. So I get it. That makes sense, but it's obviously fucking infuriating that we have to have this. But one thing that I thought they did with the golden mirrors, the reason they were doing golden mirrors, is because they care about breaking. That's like what Fanatics wants. They want all their product broken on camera. And let's be honest, like, SSPs aren't super exciting to pull unless you know what they are.
Right. I was just going to say, a lot of people don't know. So the breakers, especially the non-experienced breakers, aren't going to celebrate like they should when they pull an SSP, unless it's slapped on the back with SSP, or unless it's clearly the same image but no words on. Yes, Shelly, that's correct. They're not changing the image. They're just using the same image that's used on the base card. So Chris is right. They're going to save 700 photos, because they're not going to have an alternate photo of every player.
Yeah, but who asked them to do it for every card, right? We wanted 50 SPs and 25 SSPs. That's what it had been. There's no reason to change. There's no reason to make these changes. But like, it's obvious when you put it on camera, there's nothing very exciting about breakers flipping over a card and trying to read a tiny code to determine if a card is an SSP or not. It requires work. It requires like some dedication.
Right.
And
just to go along with what you're saying about them catering to breakers, that's exactly it. They knew they had to increase the print runs because they
Mhm.
want to X the hobby so many times. So they need to increase the print runs. So what's one way to add hits to a product? Well, let's give everybody an SSP. We'll slap some gold on it so it's very noticeable. That's going to increase the number of hits that people can see on camera. And I guess in their mind, it doesn't dilute the product because even though they have to increase the print run, they're increasing a number of hits. And I guess at some point they heard that collectors like SSP, super short prints, photo variations, but they're not understanding why we like them. We don't want more of them, of random
No,
players.
no, and they obviously they only did it that way exactly so they could print more product, put more hits, or call these hits, and then again put the gold on the back so the breakers know what it is and they can jump around and get all excited and then show it to the camera and show a different color. Like, oh, they're gonna get, like, they love to get so excited telling us that whatever seeming green refractor foil that's numbered at a 399 is so amazing and so great. I'm just getting angrier as I think about this. I forget. Chris something just commented that how
Yeah,
stupid this is.
Chris, I've been indifferent to all the changes Fanatics has made before this, but taking away photo variations is so effing stupid. Shelly Pathetic, this is now the Fanatics era of sports cards. Zero reason I'll be ripping any 24 wax. And I think that's a great point. Like Chris and I said, Flagship isn't a product that necessarily caters to collectors. I mean, some set collectors, of course, but there's certain things in the product that still made it really appealing to us. One of them is black parallels, which is another discussion. They better be in there.
I'm sure they're
And
going to be in there.
and the other one is super short prints and photo variations. So that really takes away any sort of incentive. Not that we probably would have been ripping this wax anyway, but even to look at the product. So yes.
Yeah, we were having a pretty lengthy discussion with some Yankee fan collectors friends of ours that were looking forward to. I assume Dominguez will probably he's either going to be in Series 2 or Update, but hoping that he'll have an SSP like maybe him and Aaron Judge on a card together. Like that sounds like a great idea, but we're not going to get that. It's just I don't know.
I mean, unless they're already on a card together, they put them on a card together, and then the
The base
SSP is
card,
taken
yeah, I
to
mean,
the border.
it's just so easy to see why they did this, and it's just that's what makes it all the more frustrating. Like it's
Right.
so much easier for breakers to be like, "Oh, here's a card with no design elements on the front. It's a variation." Like,
Yes, and then
yay!
they pass it off as something that the hobby should be excited about.
But if this isn't like the very clearest example we're gonna see that Fanatics doesn't care about people like you and I, they don't care about people watching this. They don't care about hardcore collectors at all. They want casual people. They want gamblers. They want anyone who's willing to drop like four figures a week on breaks,
People
hoping
watching
to get that's what they want. That they think that's the future. They think there's more people in that group than there are in the hardcore collector group, and they're wrong. They're
Yeah.
just wrong.
Yeah, Alan says, I love the multiple superfractor issues. Yes, if you've watched the latest Spitballing cards, we talk in depth about the latest superfractor issue. And those are frustrating as a fan, but you feel like that those are controls that they can get in place. They should they should get it straightened out. But this is a long term collector issue. So this is more aggravating than the superfractor. High Buy says no black parallels in Series 1 of 2024, which, yes, we know that's on the list, but that happened last year as well.
Yeah.
Chris, talk about that.
Yeah. Don't panic about that yet. A lot of times the hobby exclusives aren't on the initial list that comes out, so
Yeah.
don't freak out. I mean, a black parallel is so easy to print right now. It's just a tiny little black on the border. There's no way they're gonna get rid of those. So let's not panic yet.
Yes, they had the same. That was the release for Series 2. The press release did not initially have black parallels on there, and there was something of a panic set in. And then we saw what later would be included. So yeah.
Yeah, I would like Jeff and I we're gonna promote this hashtag a lot going forward. We're gonna try to get boycott Topps 2024. We're gonna try to get that hashtag going. I would love people to just avoid this product. Don't buy any retail. Don't buy any hobby. Don't buy into breaks. The only way Fanatics is gonna realize that collectors do actually make up a big chunk of this is with wallets, is with their bottom line.
Hey, what's up, Lucky Peter? Thanks for joining us for a little morning rant, or at least morning for us out here on the West Coast, and Chris even further west. I don't. They make such a big deal about the release of 2024. I don't know if you remember last year they had that huge break. Maybe it was at Cowboy Stadium somewhere where they had hundreds of breakers all ripping 2024 right away, and they're probably going to do something like that again. But I wish there would be some pushback. And the bottom line is there probably won't be, at least from dealers, people that have any sort of stake in getting cards from Fanatics because they don't want to make them mad. So that's incredibly frustrating. So really the only way they're going to hear it is for people that are not directly tied to Fanatics, and hopefully we can sort of get the word to them that this is really unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, God, I don't even know. I went to bed last night just hoping this was some kind of bad dream. Like, I know I wasn't feeling. We were on 4 flights over 13 hours. I was thinking maybe this is just jet lag catching up to me, but it's not. This is like a real thing.
All right. Well, Slugger City 2, I'm with you guys. Boycott Topps 2024. Yeah, I just feel like Chris said, unless people are going to make them rethink their strategy because of financial reasons, they're not going to rethink their strategy. Lucky Peter, I did see the 2024 Easter parallels. They're doing something similar. I believe that's just retail, like it was for the fall for Halloween. So in blasters, maybe blasters and hangers, they have Easter parallels, eggs, and whatnot. Which we told our friend Scott from Scotty B Cards, who loved the Halloween parallels, that they were going to start doing that with every single holiday, and they are. And I guess, I mean, maybe if you're catering to kids, that's another way to get kids involved, but it just doesn't seem like something that's going to have a long-term effect on collecting.
Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I not see a watering can parallel?
Watering can, yeah. That's very Easter, very baseball, I guess.
I mean, are we in some sort of Black Mirror, like, baseball card world here?
Yeah.
I mean, if someone finds me video of a breaker pulling a fucking watering can card and acting excited about it, please send it to me so I can see it and throw my computer out the window of my house.
Yeah. Hi bye. The Halloween parallels go for a lot. I don't know. I've kind of lost track of that. I can't believe, is that true? They really go for a lot. Ben blames Scotty B. Yes, his promotion of how good the Halloween parallels were probably got right to Fanatics' ears and was music to their ears. So 2025, be ready for Valentine's Day, Flag Day parallels, maybe Arbor Day. There'll be a lot of different tree bark borders. Davo says, when is Topps going to learn that consistency is the cornerstone of collectability? Yes, very well said.
100%. That's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, you would think, honestly, Valentine's Day makes a hell of a lot more sense than Easter. Like, it does. It really does. A little subset of baseball players with their wives. Yeah. I mean, we could put this together overnight. Doesn't take a lot of ingenuity.
Yes, there's a lot of other good ideas. Any idea would be a better idea. Let's say that.
Yes, but like I said, I actually like their idea to take all the design elements off the card.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just a picture. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're burning down super short prints and image variations to do it is just asinine on an astronomical level.
Right. And Davo said it perfectly. We need that consistency, and that's what makes things collectible. I guess it's just a question of if they're even trying to appeal to collectors, or if they just feel like expanding the market means leaving the collectors behind and trying to get people that wouldn't otherwise buy cards to buy cards. And if that's the case, I don't know. Maybe it'll have a short-term boost for them, but long term, they're losing the most passionate sector of their consumers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are more people that aren't passionate collectors than there are who are passionate collectors. So if you want to just break down the math, it would make sense to appeal to that larger group. But we are the people that sort of drive this hobby and keep it going. And to piss the entire core of their fan base off, I don't know. I would love to have been in on this meeting. I would love to hear how this decision came to. I mean, if I don't know, it's so baffling.
Yeah, I don't know the makeup of the hierarchy there, if there really are any collectors at the top of Fanatics anymore. I know originally that was the plan, but I don't know if they still have any collectors there or if it's just the money people now making all the decisions, which it seems like it. Ben says they should have used a parallel in Bowman, very 53 Bowman color esque. Yeah, it reminded me of the Bowman Heritage set that came out that didn't have anything on the front. I guess maybe
Yeah,
a tiny white border around, but didn't have anything else, other design elements. And they are really cool looking cards, like a full bleed all the way to the edge. It's a great idea, but
yeah.
not to replace one of
No,
their
and,
most
and
popular.
Ben with a great idea. Put it in Bowman. That's a real. I love that. So here's the thing that is starting to freak me out. If they do this for flagship, why should we think that they're gonna put the image variations in other products?
Exactly. I was thinking that too. Is it going to be a slippery slope? I had two thoughts when I first heard this. One is that going to get is this decision going to get Stadium Club more recognition because they have awesome photography to begin with, and they have some pretty great variations as well. But then my next immediate thought was, well, maybe they get rid of those too. So I don't know.
Well, Jeff, they're gonna have to actually release Stadium Club for Stadium Club to get more recognition.
True.
But yeah, I mean, why would they put image variations in Chrome now? If they're not in flagship, why would they put them in Chrome? I assume we're gonna get the same shit in Chrome. We'll get a Chrome card with no border and no design elements. I
Right.
mean, this is very extremely worrisome.
Yes, yes. If they just feel like, well, we can save on all these pictures, designs, let's just take the crap off the front.
Yeah,
Um,
they
it's
were
not
already
like
saving
they're
money on images by just using the same ones over and over, but now they're like, hey, what if we just only need half as many?
yeah. Then we can save them for the next year. Yeah, I wonder what their baseball photographers think about this too.
Yeah, we
That's
should have asked it. A collector from Long Island. We should send him a message and see what he thinks about this.
yeah,
But I don't know, man. This is just this is a big time kick in the nuts. It really is. They literally took the stuff that like you and I and some of our closest card collector buddies most love about the hobby, and they just took it away. That's crazy.
yeah. I was trying to think when these first started when SSPs first really started being released because I was out of the hobby.
Yeah, I think the first ones were like there's some in 2010, but 2012 is the first year that it's like um, kind of what we know now in terms
Yeah,
of like there were about 10 I think SPs and about 2 SSPs in 2012.
yeah, I wonder how they were received then. Like, was it something? Oh, here's something new. I don't know. But regardless of how it was perceived then, it's over the last decade, it's become a huge thing amongst collectors.
Yeah, yeah, Ben. Yeah, 2012. There's some in 2010. There's some Steven Strasburg ones, but yeah, 2012. Like the Pujols we have is one of the
Yeah,
very first actual SSPs. There's a Jose Reyes, and then there's a bunch of SPs. And then 2013, there's the Machado and update that's kind of
right.
famous. Bunch of SSPs and update.
I'm sure for that first year, those first couple of years, that some of them got just lost in the shuffle, that they didn't know what to look for or didn't realize something was different.
Yeah,
SP's 2009, Ben. SSP's 2012, I think. Okay. Doc
that's
says
all right.
sports card company. Sparkles. Is that the name of our company?
No, no, there
Sparkles.
was some like starting in like 2011. Topps did like sparkles on some random cards.
Oh yes, yeah, like the trout with sparkle on cleat and
Yes, and
in
some of
20.
them are really, really hard to see. That is a stupid, stupid idea that they did.
Yeah,
But I mean, they're hard to find. So for player collectors, like Ben and me and you, like
yeah.
that's something we have to think about possibly going back and digging up. But I mean, you and I had sort of already started going back
Hmm.
instead of with the cards we're going after, and certainly that's not going to change. I'm just going to keep going back.
Yeah, it's interesting. I told my wife that we were going to get on for this emergency YouTube rant. That there's big news in the hobby. She's like, well, what was it? Tried explaining to her. She's just kind of like, well, but she did ask. She said, well, does that mean is that going to make the older assets more valuable? And I said, I don't know. I said it could go either way. You could find people that are going after those earlier ones because there's no future ones to go after. But like has been mentioned, tradition is such an important thing too. If they stop making them, I don't know, you might lose a little.
That's very possible. So Ben just said he has a 2009 Maddox SP. Ben, please send me a picture of that. I don't think I've seen that on your page. That sounds. I'm not sure I've ever seen that car before. So yeah, please send me a picture. So we were in the airport yesterday. I'm trying to think. I think it was probably in the Anchorage airport when I first saw this, and I told my wife about it, and her response, like to be fair, she sort of has accidentally absorbed a little more information about the hobby than I think your wife has. She was like, "Why would they do that? That's really stupid. Isn't that just going to piss you and all your friends off?" I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
yes, it
exactly.
is.
And apparently it pissed Jorge off too. He said went to go hide at work to come rage with y'all. Well, appreciate that.
Thanks, Jorge. Yeah,
Uh, yeah, and Ben says 2012 to 2018 SSPs. He thinks those are gonna go up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Depends if people are going to be angry enough to just leave the hobby entirely. If they're just going to stop collecting the new stuff and go back. I don't know.
wow. Well,
Yeah.
it just makes the Mike Trout SSP, Jeff, that you and I just barely missed out buying. It's going to make that even more painful.
Yes. Yep. All right. Doc says I was thumbing through some 2013 or 14 flagship for variations as SSPs. Found a Kutch and Devers image variations among the several hundred cards. Awesome. Yes. Well, that's exactly it. They're really hard to notice. Or opening day SSPs. I bet a lot of those are just stuffed in boxes. So that's fun that you got to go through and find some. That's great.
By the way, Eric, please, you and Jake continue having private conversations about SSPs and exclude me regularly. This is very hurtful. I felt betrayed yesterday, but that's fine. Now you have it right in front of my face now. That's okay.
Hey, what's
But
up,
yeah, I mean,
Eric? Yeah, Matt, they're going to print this to the moon. Yes, they are. And
to the moon and back.
think of
Yeah.
this being a great idea. You know that they're just going to. Eric said, I'll sell you the trout.
If you bought it, then congratulations. Yeah, Jeff and I made an offer, and he didn't even counter it. He just took one that was like $25 higher.
Yeah.
That was really annoying.
That's a good buy, though. That's a great.
And amazingly, not the most annoying thing that happened yesterday, Jeff.
Surprisingly not. Surprisingly not. Yeah, I guess it'll be interesting to see. We'll have to set up a poll on our IG, see what people think about what's going to happen. Are the 2018, 2012, 2018 SSPs going to be the thing to go after? Yes, especially if every card gets one, they'll probably have parallels too.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like we need to be vocal about this. Like, everyone in your story, please write something about this. And at Michael Rubin and at Fanatics and at Topps, like, if they just find their inboxes inundated with messages, like, there's at least a small chance that they'll see how pissed off people are.
Yeah.
But if we all just quietly grumble in person, like, that's not going to accomplish anything. They have to see how many people are mad. So if you're watching this, please put up a story.
And Chris, listen to what Jorge's saying. I didn't even think about this aspect of it. My sister said she wanted every Rangers starter SSP, hoping they would be World Series themed, and now her goal was shattered last night. So imagine if that happened with the Braves. All those.
Yeah, that was amazing. In 2022, they gave us those 5 World Series Ultra SPs.
Yeah.
And we all figured, okay, this is a new thing. We love it. And then 2023 came out, and it's Gold Mirror, and the Astros didn't get one.
Yeah.
I was excited for the Jordan, and that's it.
Yeah. That's sad. That's sad for the Rangers fans, for sure.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, because those would have been great. Maybe hopefully they'll be in Stadium Club, but we don't know if A, all image variations are going to go in the toilet, and B, if we'll ever get Stadium Club. So, I mean, can you just imagine no more image variations and then they just cancel Stadium Club?
Well, if they want to save on photography, I guess that makes sense.
Ay.
Alan says I'm already chasing 2018 Topps Chrome image variations, lowest production refractor variations.
Yeah, those are great. 2018 is an awesome design too.
Yeah.
So there aren't that many design elements, for Fanatics to just pull out and call it a parallel. There's Borderless. But yeah, there's that Mike Trout where he's like reaching up and signing autographs from behind. Yeah. That's an awesome card. There's some really, really good ones in there.
Doc noticed that someone here, not me, is drinking bourbon straight from the bottle. Or maybe Doc is as well. Maybe that's a...
Listen, my buddy got me this shirt. So it very clearly says, Christmas is for bourbon. So
Well,
when you're
who knew that you would need it so much more than you thought you would?
yeah, I was expecting it to be celebratory and relaxing and not like rage diffusing.
Savage 71. The proper order of things for a card is that it ends up in a collector's hand, not a landfill. That should be put on a bumper sticker. Yes, that's
Yeah,
absolutely. Alan agrees that Christmas is for bourbon. Cheers from
thanks,
Don.
Alan.
Shelley says theoretically anything with relatively low print runs should hold value. Is now are you talking about past value? Or I mean these should have relatively low print run as well. And maybe for the first year there'll be some I don't know, some response to it because it's something new, but I don't know about holding value long term.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. You know, all these gimmick stuff. If they don't last, they're not going to hold. You know, a ton of value. Like there needs to be consistency, which someone was saying earlier, which is 100% true. That's absolutely what helps drive value is consistency. That's
Yep.
why those sparkle cards, like a Kershaw 2011, just sold for like $99, and those are really rare. But because it didn't stick around, obviously not a great idea. Only like really deep player collectors want them, so there isn't a big market for them. So even if you get this like some green foil that's numbered to 199, no one's going to care, unfortunately.
Right. Baseball card brothers, hello. We got a debut patch. Congratulations. That's awesome. That must have been great pulling that out. Who did you get?
Is the Volpe still out there, right, Jeff? That
I believe
hasn't
so.
been. Well, all right. Well, look, we've been on here for about 25 minutes. I got to get some food in me. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my wife and our friends don't want to hear me shouting in the office for much longer.
Yeah.
But this was not the Christmas gift Fanatics owed us or wanted to give us, or that is not the Christmas gift we wanted to receive from Fanatics. Put it that way.
Yes, a very disappointing, a little early Christmas gift. Peyton Battenfield. I'm sorry, I don't even know who that is, but that's awesome that you got it. Shelly got cut off. Sorry, meaning SSPs up until 2020 should hold
Oh,
decent. At least I hope they do. I know that's what we're going to be going after, and we'll be spending our time on there instead of 2024. But like Chris said, I think at least we have to try to make some sort of vocal response to this. At least
yeah.
throw it up on your Instagram, make a video if you've got a channel. Thanks for finding us. Please subscribe to our channel because we'll be doing more ranting about this. And the bigger audience is for this type of stuff, the more likely it is that they might hear and take something in.
Yeah, please put up an Instagram story and just say no image variations. Like what the hell, Topps at Michael Rubin at Fanatics.
Yeah.
Like really hammer this home. Like they have to see that we're upset.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Chris, live from Alaska. Sorry to interrupt your vacation. Get back to your bourbon. Maybe they'll come out and say it was just an early April Fool's joke and that they're not getting rid of them after all.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I mean, Doc wants one more pull from the bottle.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for joining us. If you have any questions or whatever you think of this, please put down in the comments. We're going to put this up on our channel so you can comment on here. Let us know on Instagram. Tag us in your stories.
Yeah, please.
My favorite cardboard so that we can continue to pass this around and maybe get it to the right eyes. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.